meme today that included some typical racist characters. A Southerner holding a rebel flag, a war vet holding, onto, I don't even know, but like just typical like old timer, hey boomer kind of thing. Just old values. And then Mike Lindell was included, holding onto a pillow. There's a lady standing there in front of all these men. They were all men. There's a lady standing in front of men. And it's very symbolic. All these men are holding onto these old values and old ways of thinking. And the caption says, it's not cancel culture. Maybe it's just time to let some of these things go. So I get, letting go of racism. Racism represented by the Southerners being, obviously, and, the war veteran letting go of Vietnam, the racism that they still hold there, and, other war veterans and the Japanese, and everything with Dr. Seuss that just came out, and all that, because everybody's up in arms about that. And Mike Lindell, though, it's not time to let go of that. So Mike Lindell met with the president about voter fraud. The whole country, okay, not the whole country, the part of the country that is still concerned about voter fraud can't let it go because that need isn't being addressed. It hasn't been addressed. It's not going to get addressed because they just keep saying, basically, shut up, let it go, move on, Biden's president. Biden being president isn't the issue. In so many words. The issue is there are citizens of this country who have a true concern about the integrity of our election, not just because their commander claims it and so it must be true. No, that's not it. It's not that, Orange Man said so it must be a thing. That's not why they think it. I'm not even a President Trump supporter. I have a Google phone, and it pops up. I did not set this up. I don't know how to turn it off either. It's kind of annoying. Throughout the day, periodically, I will get a notification for news articles. And my phone popped up a news article talking about a woman in Arizona, New Mexico, I can't remember which, who harvested votes from a nursing home as well as some illegal voters, like across the border. So she was in a border state. That's why I say Arizona, New Mexico, I can't remember. So it's not that there is no evidence. Like, that's not the only story I've read. There are several claims about, like, the voter fraud with the fake addresses. Like, and dead people voting, and, like, the whole concern about the Dominion voting system, especially the thing in Michigan where the Republican candidate had actually won, but it said the Democrat candidate had won, but they had to, basically, like, go back and be like, hey, just kidding. You won. Sorry. Like, how many times did that actually happen? But it wasn't caught. So, like, there's this need that's not being addressed, looked at, and, like, I don't know why Mike Lindell's catching so much flack. Like, he's just another citizen who just happens to own like a $1 million company. Super comfy pillow, by the way. I have one. And he raised a concern to his president. At that time, he was the president. Like, you're not going to get 70 plus million Americans to just be okay with the fact that nobody, like, checked on this. You know, that's like telling a kid who comes into your room crying, "There's a monster in my closet," and just being like, "You're good, go back to bed." Like, not even turning on the light and, like, checking the closet. That kid's not going back to sleep. That kid's going to worry that there's a monster in their closet until you show them that there is not. 70 plus million Americans believe there is a monster in their closet right now. And the answer that they are getting from the people who are supposed to care about their needs and, like, what they voted for and what they want for their country are telling them to go back to sleep in the dark without checking to see if there was a monster. Would you go back to sleep if you're a 4-year-old kid and you think there's a monster in your closet and your parents come in and say, "Shut up, go to sleep, get over it"? No, you wouldn't. You're gonna have a nightmare. This is like a very simple analogy, but that's the nightmare, so to speak, that people are living with right now. They don't trust the government. They don't trust the voting system. They don't trust any of this right now. They don't feel heard. They don't feel cared about. They don't want this. And I mean, I don't blame them. Like I said, I'm not a President Trump supporter. I'm not a Biden supporter either. Honestly, I'm more of a libertarian. I feel like there is way too much government hands in our cookie jar, if you want to call it that. You know, like, they're my cookies. I want to eat them whenever I want to eat them. Like, why you gotta tell me when I can eat my own cookies? They're my cookies. If you can't tell, I'm a parent, and I like simple analogies. I have to explain things in kids' terms a lot. But, like, half of the country doesn't trust you right now. Do you think that this is going to go well? Didn't go well whenever Trump got elected, and you told a bunch of people to get over that. You know? He had an uphill battle for 4 years. Nobody trusted anything he did. He did some good stuff, he did some bad stuff, he was arrogant through it all, but, like, he didn't do a terrible job. But do you think it's going to go well to tell people to just shut up and get over it? It's not. It's not. I don't get why anybody, like, why doesn't anybody see that? And what's it gonna hurt just to prove to these people that it's okay? What's it gonna hurt to show these people there's no monster in your closet? There's no monster in your closet. You can go back to sleep. Everything's gonna be fine. The country's gonna be fine. If that's the case, then just do it. You know, just do it. If that is what will happen, then just show us, show America, show these voters who voted for Donald Trump, 70 plus million Americans who are afraid of the monsters right now. Turn on the lights, open the closet door, and show us, show the world that there are no monsters hiding in the closet. Seems simple enough. it, please get your hand out of my cookie jar.